Sometimes the straw that breaks the camel's back might weigh as little as a parking slip. In Christchurch, Pam Sharpe, like most people who've remained in the city, has endured, strong in the belief that it was worth staying, no matter what. Tectonic plates, bushfires, insurance companies, and any number of post-earthquake acronyms could throw at them. But then she got a parking fine from Wilson Parking, and she tried to contact Wilson Parking to dispute it, and then she talked about it with her son, Johnny Moore, a columnist with the Press in Christchurch, well known in the city, and he wrote it up, and it seems to have opened the floodgates for other camels and other backs in the city. So here, because having a good vent is good for your mental health, is Pam Sharpe just before 3 o'clock this afternoon, and the story of her parking ticket.
I did pay for my park, I did. And then when I came back to the park, it was a very windy day, and so, maybe when I shut the door or something, the ticket had flipped over, and so, or it was scrunched up, and so, they gave me a ticket, fair enough, I was in their park.
But
and
they couldn't see your ticket?
They could see the ticket, but they couldn't see the writing on it, which was fair enough, so they gave me a ticket. And so I saw the man who was handing out the tickets, and I said to him, look, this is my ticket, and it's got the date on it, and that I've paid for it and all the rest. And he said, oh, well, I can't do anything. You need to write to the people on the back. So you write into this number, and you do it online. And so I got my daughter to do it. She's of that generation who's always on her phone and does everything on her phone, pays the bills and all the rest of it. So she knew what she was doing. So she took a photo, sent it all as that asked, and then I never heard back. I thought, oh, that's good. And then I got a letter saying, oh, you haven't paid, if you don't pay within, so many days, then you will, it will go up to $85. And so I tried to ring them, and you can only ring, between 10 and 3, and I had a hell of a job getting through. And finally I got through, and this person said, oh, no, we've got no record of this having been sent to us. So I sent it again. And then didn't hear anything until I got a letter saying, you owe us $85. And so I rang and said, look, I've resent this the second time, and I don't think I'm hopeless with that stuff. And they said, well, no, we haven't got any record of it. So I sent it a third time. And then I didn't hear anything back, then I got a bill for $85. So I rang again, and there was a woman, she said, oh, well, look, let me look up your file. And so she looked it all up, because they had all your details there.
My God, they do, Pam. They've got them all.
Photos of my car. And then she said, oh, yes, here it is. She said, oh, yes, we've got your email here. And she said, I'll tell you what, yes, we can see your photo. And so she said, oh, we'll send you a letter, but we can probably waive this. And then the day before Johnny's article came out, I got a letter saying they had waived it. So, but it was just such a big fuss, and there's sort of a facelessness about it. In Christchurch, if you get a ticket off the council, you can go into the council, you can talk to somebody, even if, they might not let you off, but you have a sense of, someone you can at least talk to about it. And so what amazed me today was that, Johnny writes this article every week, and, Gary and I think he's great, of course.
This is in the Press?
Yeah. So we're his parents, so we always read it, and our friends read it. But today our phone has not stopped ringing, and really sad stories. People who, someone was going to a funeral and they tried to write and explain, and in the end it was an older man, and he was just so distressed he paid the $85. Well, because there's no one you can go to. It's sort of this faceless organisation.
So you couldn't get an email through, and when you try to call, there are very prescribed hours in which there is somebody available. And in fact, and speaking from personal experience, I've tried to call, and you wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait.
Yeah.
And so what people are saying to you is they've had similar experiences?
Oh, yes. I guess in Christchurch here too, I mean, well, for a lot of us, the whole Wilson's thing, they've sprung up all over the city, and it's very sad, because we lost all these buildings, and instead of the areas being greened or, a nice piece of art being put there, all we get is Wilson's car parks, and you see a building coming down and you think, oh, well, tomorrow that'll be a Wilson's car park, and it is. And then they don't, they don't seal the grounds or anything. They're muddy, they're stony, they're uneven, and so, like, if you're in a wheelchair or you were, visually impaired, you'd have a real problem in their car parks. So, and that, it's just the sense of them leeching on the city that I feel.
Pam Sharpe, who's just had her guts full, like many of the people contacting us. It's some of the emails we're getting about Wilson's. Frankly, I'm surprised they're not melting the varnish off the table. Anyway, our producer, Bridget Burke, tried to contact Wilson Parking for comment, but it was after 3 p.m.
Thank you for calling Wilson Parking. For permanent parking inquiries, press 1. For account inquiries, press 2. If you're at a car park and require assistance, please press 3. For complaints, press 4. For casual parking and general inquiries, press 5. For parking enforcement inquiries, press 6.
Thank you for calling Parking Enforcement Services. Our office hours are Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. To lodge an appeal, all correspondence must be in writing. Please refer to the back of your breach notice on how to make an appeal or visit our website at esnz.co.nz. If you wish to make a payment, please refer to the back. If you would like to speak to one of our representatives, please call back during our office hours.
Welcome to Wilson Parking. You're speaking with Kate.
Oh, hi, Kate. It's Bridget from Radio New Zealand Checkpoint. How are you?
Hi, good.
Great. Is somebody there who's able to handle a media inquiry, please?
No, not in the office today.
I can't contact them on cell phone?
No, not today. They're all in meetings.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
bye.
Bridget Burke trying valiantly to get in touch with Wilson's Parking. We'd love an interview with Wilson's Parking. If you're listening, any time is fine. You just get in touch with us. We're Radio New Zealand here in Auckland.